I did a thing.
Oh no.
I went out and I bought this. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the PC Rehab. Today is a fun one. We bought this computer off of Amazon. Now, I tried to find the cheapest computer on Amazon that looked as though the specs were gonna be good enough to be a good gaming computer for somebody. I paid $399, I believe, for this computer, and I thought that was a pretty good deal based off of what was in it. It is a quad i7. I'm not sure which one yet. We'll figure that out when we get inside here. 16 gigs of RAM, have built-in Wi-Fi, 128 gig SSD, a 3.5 inch drive in it. I believe it was 1 terabyte. So it's got a bunch of storage. And then it had an RX 580 8 gig card. I'm not sure which one. Again, we're gonna dig in this together. But it should be interesting. I wanted to go ahead and see if buying something like this would be worth it. Now, it did come in this box. We haven't opened it yet, and I'm not 100% sure if it's the right way up. See, if you look over here, these stickers all are upside down, so I'm assuming maybe it was supposed to be this way, but if you look on this side, this sticker is the right way up, plus it's got a whole bunch of notes on it that, you know, indicating that this might be the right way up. So I don't know which way it's supposed to be up, but this is how it landed at my door. Just like this. So we're gonna open it up and see if it's upside down here. But apparently this computer comes with a keyboard and a mouse as well. Now these are refurbished computers, so this would be this is gonna be a Dell I think it was HP. This was an HP. These are office computers that people are repurposing, and they even put RGB in them, and these don't come with RGB, so they just put like RGB strips in the front of them. But I was curious because I wanted to see if this was a viable option for a lot of people who, well, that's our mouse, we'll open that up later. I wanted to see if this was an option for people who don't have a lot of money but still want to get a computer that would be halfway decent as a gaming rig. Now, this might be a good option for you, and we're gonna test that here because, oh my Lord, I broke the box. Oh no. Oh geez. All right, we got our power cable. I'm assuming this is our keyboard. Yep, so there's the keyboard and the mouse that it comes with. I don't think it's wireless. Yeah, but that's it. Now it's just a whole bunch of foam. Should put that back in here. It said that it was a licensed Microsoft refurbisher on the sticker. Now, who knows if that's actually true, because you can lie about anything these days. Now, let's get this out of this plastic and see what we're working with. Come on, man. So weak. That's not working. Oh, what's all this? Oh, HDMI cable. What's this one? You get all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, here's your Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth. What is that? I'm gonna come and show you. So I guess your Wi-Fi comes in a little dongle. What kind of reception do you think that gets? I don't think you can see it. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll test that out too. If I could ever get this thing out of this packaging. Oh, here we go. Please read before setup. Yeah, don't need that. Activation and recovery instructions. Oh, okay. So they didn't activate Windows? All right. Moment of truth. There's something funny on the back of this, and I can't wait to show you. Ah, our RGB remote. So there it is. Oh, here's a warning sticker. Hold on, let's see. Warning. Oh, there's foam in it. Handy. You know it's high quality when it says high quality on the top. So one thing to note before we go ahead and we open this thing. Ooh, I'm too tall. Can't see my hands. One thing we should know before I open this thing up is there are stickers in the back. I like it. It says, do not use this display port. Use this HDMI port for your display. So they have to tell you, because this is for the motherboard and this would be for your graphics card, so you're gonna wanna get your display from your graphics card anyways. We're just not gonna take those off because it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead, let's see what we got inside here. Oh yeah, gotta love Hewlett-Packard. All right, here's our phone. Let's get that off. Hopefully nothing's damaged. Ooh, it's really in there. You know what I was surprised at? Is how expensive this foam actually is. Just to buy like one, because I bought it for the last giveaway computer that we did. Just to buy one of these is like $7. So right off the bat, I have some concerns. This is a 320 watt power supply. That's not a lot. And you couldn't find a manufacturer of this graphics card if you tried. This is a, like, you know, if you go to like China, that they will take, you know, technology, they'll mass produce it in like a private label, but there is no marking on this for, you know, what company made this graphics card. So what it probably is some Chinese knockoff 580, and they got it for dirt cheap and they threw it in this. Now, that is a humongous motherboard. That thing is massive. But it does have 16 gigs of RAM, so you can see the 16 gigs of RAM here. This is still dirty because this almost looks rusted to me. Yeah, it's has that feel like it's rusted. But you do have what I thought was 1 terabyte. Man, my old eyes. It's actually 2 terabyte. So you have a 2 terabyte 3.5 inch drive, which is great. And then I believe they said it was, yeah, a 128 gig SSD. So they probably threw the operating system on the SSD, and then you can use the 3.5 inch drive for your storage. And yeah, so you got your normal CD drive here. Okay, so far it is a Hewlett-Packard, and they decided to throw this in it. I mean, this might be the only upgrade. Everything else might have just already been in this computer. So if you don't know what's going on here, a lot of times businesses will either be upgrading their computers so they no longer need their old ones, or they're going out of business, so they're just mass selling all their computers, and you can find them for dirt cheap. Now they're purchasing them and they are refurbishing them, maybe putting some better RAM in them, a graphics card, SSD, and the cool RGB on the front, and they're marketing it as a gaming computer. Now that doesn't mean this computer is bad. We haven't even turned it on yet, so I don't even know what it's capable of. And there is a list of games that they market it as being able to play, so we're going to try to play some of those games. I don't own all of them, so I'm not gonna try them all, but we are gonna try. I mean, who knows? This computer might actually be a worthwhile system. It does have an i7. It does have a graphics card. I don't know how well this knockoff graphics card is gonna work, but who knows? Maybe it's really, really good. So let's go ahead and let's see the RGB. I'm interested because these cases don't come with RGB. This is supposed to have RGB in the front here, and Hewlett-Packards don't have that. They added it in to market it as a gaming. Yeah, see, there it is. So yeah, they put 2 LED strips, and they're connected to, wow, that's a PWM fan header. Wow, that's actually, this thing can control 10 fans? That's impressive. Okay. So they're just using it as your RGB. It says LED strip 1 and 2. Honestly, if you wanted to upgrade, maybe throw this computer in a better case and get a bunch more fans, there's already a fan header here for you. So that's not too bad. They did cover it in, I believe that's electrical tape, which I don't know why they would do that, but hey, whatever. So here's something that kind of worries me. The power for the graphics card is actually just running off of a SATA adapter. That can't be safe. I guess that was so that they didn't have to replace the factory power supply with a new one, and they could still put power to the GPU. Now, I don't like that. Oh well. Okay. I mean, that's how this is how they save on cost. They don't have to replace your power supply because they're just going to use this adapter to go ahead and make sure that they have power. And it's not even full power. It's also connected to the CD-ROM. it's borderline. Doesn't that seem dangerous? I mean, that seems a little dangerous to me. Plus, it pulls off of the motherboard. So it's from the motherboard power. So your motherboard power is here. I'm trying to follow this. So, no, that's your motherboard. But the power comes through the motherboard and into, so your graphics card is being powered through the motherboard? Weird. Oh, that can't be good. All right, well, I mean, I've never done that, but we'll see what happens. Now I just gotta get this thing connected. All right, let's put the side panel back on it, right? And then go ahead, put this back on in some way. Okay, here we go. I am smart. I am capable. I am the PC Rehab. Here's something fun. The power cable that's included with the computer is like 2.5 feet long. It's so short. What? This would never run from a desk to a wall outlet. The things that I do for you blows my mind. All right. I should do like what's that movie? Christmas Vacation. Nothing happened because I didn't hit the power switch. One thing that I did like about the listing was that it came with a mouse and a keyboard. So realistically, the only thing you do need is a monitor to get started. Now, you would also need headphones or speakers, but most people have something that they can plug into an audio jack in the front of the computer. But I will say that if this computer ends up being something that is worthwhile, I would try to find one that doesn't have a mouse and keyboard, because I've never seen a mouse like this before. So this mouse weighs nothing. It's like air, right? There's no weight to this thing at all. And I mean, it's only got 3 buttons. It's got your left click, right click, and then the mouse wheel. So it has no side buttons at all of any kind. The screws in it, these screws are fake. They're printed into the molding of this thing. And then the mouse wheel is 100% plastic with just a couple grooves in it to make it appear like it's got some grip to it. This thing is so cheap. And then the keyboard is no better. It may weigh, I'd say twice the amount of that mouse. So it's like holding 2 of these. It's like nothing. It's still like air, right? The keys feel super, super cheap. And then it's got these 3 little buttons. It looks like a 1, an A, and a down arrow. So who knows what that means. But regardless of how bad the mouse and keyboard are, they came with the computer, so we're gonna use them with the computer. Everything's plugged in. Let's see this beautiful RGB go. Oh yeah, there it is. Check that out. That's fancy. All right, so there's your RGB. They say RGB adds like 10 FPS or something like that. So, I mean, it's important that this exists on this. Now that we know our RGB works, I'm gonna go ahead, I'll configure Windows, and then I'll meet you right back here. So I've never used Wi-Fi on a USB dongle before, and that little tiny thing can't be getting a ton of signal. So I'm doing a internet speed test now because I'm just really curious. Because the last thing you want to do is buy a computer, especially for $400, and the internet that they provide for you is garbage. It's saying that our download is 32.78 megabytes per second and our upload is 22.50 megabytes per second. Let's go ahead and let's plug the Ethernet cable into this and let's see the difference. With Ethernet connected, we're getting 434 megabytes per second download. Now, upload still kind of stayed the same, but the difference is huge when it comes to the download speed. So that tiny little USB thing, well, while it will get you internet, it doesn't get you very good internet. So So when we look at the specs of the computer, it is an Intel Core i7. It's a 2600 CPU. So, I mean, it's a second gen Intel Core processor, which, I mean, I guess that's all right. I mean, at least it is an Intel Core, but it is a old Intel Core processor. It does have the 16 gigs of RAM that we were told that it does have, so at least they didn't lie there. And then when you go to display adapters, it does read as an AMD Radeon RX 580. Now, how well it performs is yet to be seen. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at that now.
I don't think it could take longer to download Apex Legends.
So, loading into Apex Legends now, it took about 50 minutes to get this thing downloaded and ready to go. And I'm gonna be honest, it looks terrible. And it's at 720p, but the listing said that it can play this game, so let's give it a try. Real quick, I had to edit this in. I was using OBS on the computer to screen capture and record the gameplay, but the footage was absolutely terrible. This computer could not multitask enough to screen record plus gameplay. So unfortunately, I won't have any clips of me actually playing the game. I won't go as far as to say that it's false advertising saying that it can play Apex Legends, because I mean, as you saw, we played it. Did it look good? Oh gosh, no. That is really bad. That was at 720p too. I had to lower the graphics on that so far down just to make it so that it would play. At 1080p, that thing was unplayable. It looked awful. So yeah, that's just not gonna do it. Now I am gonna play Dota too, because that's another game that it says it can play. It says it can play Dota, so we're gonna try that. We might have more success with that. All right, so it's playing Dota. Playing Dota way better than it was playing Apex Legends. I mean, it can't play Apex, but it can play Dota. Now, I did have to lower the graphic settings on it quite a bit because it just did not look good at all, but it is playable, so it's always a plus. Okay, so I have had enough of testing this computer. Now, in my opinion, there isn't enough RGB to make this computer worthwhile, but that's just me. $400 for this, in my eyes, no, it's not worth it. Now, $400, you know, it is a lot of money. It's not a small amount of money. So if you're gonna spend $400, you wanna make sure that you're getting your money's worth out of it. And this, in my opinion, is just not gonna do it for you. Now, does it come with Wi-Fi? Yeah, it comes with, you know, some kind of Wi-Fi. Does it come with Bluetooth? I didn't test the Bluetooth, but I'm sure it's just as good as the Wi-Fi. Does it come with a HDMI cable? Sure. It's a high quality HDMI cable at that. But, oh, and the mouse and keyboard that together weigh next to nothing. This is a gimmick. You know, this computer is a gimmick. They add all this stuff into it with a fake 580, and they try to tell you that this is a gaming computer when it's in all realism, it's not a gaming computer. It is just a HP that they put a graphics card into, and it wasn't even a real graphics card. It was a knockoff graphics card. So you know, in my opinion, save your money. There's no point in spending your money on something like this. Now, I do have an Optiplex that I purchased for a later video that is gonna be something similar to this. Now, we are going to full case swap it. We're gonna add some great airflow, a nice heat sink, good graphics card, good RAM, SSD. We're gonna do something similar to this, but we're gonna see if we can't make it perform better than this. Hopefully it performs better than this computer, but who knows? We're gonna see how much money it takes to turn a old Dell Optiplex into a gaming rig. So that could be a fun video in the future, and I will make that happen for you. But this one is not doing it for me. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. If you had a little bit of fun with me, then please consider hitting the like button and then subscribing to the channel, and check out any one of my other videos. We do a lot of fun stuff. We even have a giveaway video, and I'll put the card right up above for you so that you can check that out if you'd like to. And as always, no matter where you are in the world, I hope that you are having a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.